Midwest Picker on YouTube.
Hey, Midwest Picker here. I want to talk to you about retail arbitrage. So it is Saturday. I'm going to my secret honey holes. If you didn't know, big box stores, whether it's pharmacies, hardware stores, grocery stores, a lot of times they get impatient when they have a sale, and when the sale is over, they put items on clearance. Now, we have to be very careful when you're buying retail and you're selling retail. You got to get it like 90% off or it's not even worth your time. So I'm out and about running errands anyways, so I am spending a little bit of time and gas money, but what I'm finding are items marked way down, and I'm going to show you some video. Is it worth it? It depends. I'm going to show you some video of stuff that I passed by, and I'll explain why. Video of stuff I did buy, and I'll explain why. So right now I'm hitting pharmacies and CVS and Walgreens and whatever I can find. It's local. Where you live, it might not be this way. So in my region, West Michigan, whatever, it might be different. Maybe where you live, they don't do this, but around here, the store managers have the ability to mark prices way down just to get rid of inventory. I do that on my eBay store. So it doesn't matter if it's grocery, hardware, pharmacy. If it's a big chain, they're under a lot of pressure to move product. And they're not like thrift stores that can just throw it in the dumpster because they got it for free anyways. They do want to sell it. They want to make customers happy and have return customers that buy items at full price. So this is tricky. You got to check solds carefully, because maybe it's on clearance because it's expired. Maybe it's on clearance because nobody wants it. Or maybe it's on clearance because the store manager is under the gun to get sales up and they just want to blow it out. I have purchased really good items, 95% off. So let's hit the road. I'm going to take you with me. Might not be a lot of video because the staff at these places keep a close eye on people. I have staff following me around. Is there anything I can help you find? Are you finding everything okay? It's like, get out of here. Go sweep. Go clean the back room. Go clean a toilet. I don't need any help. If I need help, I'll come get you. So let's go see what we can find. When I'm all done, I'll bring you back to the eBay office, the home headquarters, and I'll show you what I got, why I got it, and all that. So let's go. All right, I just left CVS Pharmacy. That was a bust. I'll show you some video. The best they had was 75% off, and it was for socks and leggings and jeggings and all that stuff. So I looked up comps. Not good. Pretty much selling for what the clearance price was. So they didn't go any higher than 75%, so I'm leaving. But I want to talk about product placement. I worked half my life in retail, so I don't have a PhD in marketing, but their supplements like the test boosting horny goat weed, all that rip-off crap they sell that they try to sell to men, they had them right next to the panty liners and the incontinent briefs. Now call me crazy, but you should probably put that stuff over by the protein powder and the creatine, but that's just me. I thought it was hilarious. The way the store was laid out, they had food in 4 different locations, so you had to go all over the store if you're looking for a certain food item. I don't know, it was weird, just weird. And it's carpeted. I thought that was a little strange. Nice, but strange. So I'm not going here anymore. I'm going to go to Walgreens. For some reason, Walgreens in West Michigan, they love 95% off clearance. So let's go to the next one. complete bust. They had nothing. I just realized that these sales start and end on different days. Today is Saturday, and we talked to a manager of one of these stores, and they said their sales actually go Tuesday to Tuesday. So like within 5 miles, there's 3 Walgreens. So I think they have same sales, different sales, start at different days, end different days, whatever. Nothing in this store. So I'm going to redeem myself and go to some thrift stores. So you get some bonus thrift store footage if I find anything. But like garage sales in West Michigan, thrift stores in West Michigan are a complete bust. Not like it was 7 years ago. Treasures everywhere. Not anymore. So let's go. Okay, we're back in the eBay office. One of the new additions to my office is the Crazy Cat clock right above my head. I really liked it. I could not pass it by. I think it really goes good with the feng shui of this office. Now, you saw earlier in the video I bought this Gold Bond foot cream lotion. Sold comps were pretty good. There was 4 of them. The price was right, so I did pick these up. I'll put some pictures up too of sold comps of everything I'm talking about, just to give you an idea. It's a ballpark idea. You might get more, you might get less. And real quick, this is Joey. He was watching me prepare pictures and video for this video, and he said he's so embarrassed he doesn't want to be seen in the video. And I said, well, you always participate in the videos. And he said, fine, I'll participate, but I'm not showing my face in this one. I don't know what he's talking about, and I think you'll figure it out later. You also saw earlier in the video those hearing aid batteries. Huge discount, huge markdown. I could have saved a ton of money, but I did not buy any of them. There was one package that was already expired. This is July 2025. They expired in May of 2025. Typically, hearing aid batteries, they have like 4 or 5 year shelf life, but I think there's a reason that they're marked down so low. I looked up comps and they were terrible. I mean, almost barely more than what I would have paid. They claimed, $28, $29 regular retail. The problem is, I think, technology. If you ever seen those ear dongle things for Apple or earbuds, I have cordless Bluetooth earbuds. They're rechargeable. And I think hearing aid technology has changed.
That's it? Yes, right. I'm sorry, I've only had it a few days. Right, it's on now.
Is it good?
About 14 guineas.
Yeah, but is it good?
No, it fits in the pocket there.
Can you hear me?
What?
Can you hear me?
So that they're rechargeable now, and less people need those hearing aid batteries because of new technology. So there's no way I'm sourcing those. They would have been horrible. Earlier in the video too, you saw me at CVS looking at jeggings or leggings or socks, or what the heck is a jegging? I have no idea. But the sales weren't that good. The comps weren't that good. I'd barely be doubling my money, and there wasn't that many in 90 days. There was hardly any on eBay. I'm not going to do high volume anymore. I could have bought them all, pay $2 and sell them for $8. Well, I don't have a warehouse and I don't have employees, so I'm not doing that business model anymore of high volume, low margin. That's just not for me. Also, you saw those Prime drink mixes. It's like this powder that you mix in your drink. They're always trying to sell you these pre-workouts and post-workouts and protein this and creatine that. The comps were okay. They're super lightweight, so they'd be easy to ship. But there wasn't that many sold, and the profit margin is tiny, so I passed on those two. At Walgreens, you saw me looking at Burt's Bees products. It's a great product, but there wasn't really good comps. The solds were okay. Again, there was only 1 or 2 or 3 there. I'm just not going to buy something for $2 to sell it for 6 or 8. It's just not worth it. So as far as the retail arbitrage, I just bought this one thing, this Gold Bond foot cream. Now, your area may be different. This is West Michigan, so wherever you live, big store pharmacies, they might not put this on clearance or even on sale. So you just have to check your individual stores for where you live. And I'll probably lot those up, two available, something like that. I don't know that people want 4 at one time. I bought 4, so I'll probably do a lot of 2. On to the thrift store. I actually did better. I went to 4 pharmacies, and all I got was the foot lotion cream stuff. I went to 1 thrift store and I actually did pretty good. But before I get into that, what I bought, and show it to you and show you the comps, I want to talk to you a little Midwest picker reselling tip. Whenever I source anything, flea market, estate sales, auctions, thrift stores, it doesn't matter, garage sales, when I get home, I immediately list those items. I eat dinner, then I take pictures, and I spend the evening listing, or the very next day. I have to build this habit. I have to force myself to do it. On occasion in the past, I'd put stuff like in a grocery bag or a box, and it would kick around the eBay office, and 6 months later I'd find it and say, oh yeah, I gotta list that. Well, there's a hidden danger if you do that. For one, if you're sourcing something and you're looking up sold comps, those comps can change over time, up or down. With our luck, mostly down. So the longer you hesitate, probably the less money you're going to make. Also, your competition is probably selling it while your item sits around and creates a death pile. And you might look at something and go, wow, I can buy this for $1, and they're selling for 50, 60, 70 bucks a piece. This is awesome. Well, something really, really good could turn into something really, really bad in 6 months. So let's say you source a bunch of, I don't know, Jared from Subway t-shirts, $1 a piece with the tags, and they're selling hot $50, $75 a piece. You're like, yeah, I'm going to get 100 of these, $100. I'm going to be rich. And you buy them and you bring them home and you put them in a tote and you set them aside and you forget about them for 6 months. Well, in those 6 months, something really bad could happen. You'll end up washing your car with those t-shirts or lining a bird cage with those t-shirts. They're basically trash, and you're going to end up throwing them away. So just a little reselling tip from Midwest Picker: when you source, don't hesitate. Get those things listed right away. All right, back to the video. I sourced this cookie cutter, not because it's worth anything. I just thought it was hilarious. Next, I sourced these Fiesta-ware saucers, 10 of them for $10. I paid up a little bit. The comps are really good. I'll put pictures up, and I'm thinking, do I list all 10 or in one big lot, or do I do 2 at a time based on the color? I think I'm going to do 2 at a time based on the color. The reason I hesitated is because there's no cups. Cups and saucers, yeah, they sell pretty good. Just saucers are going to take longer, but people do need replacements. I also got these Woombi swaddle things. I called them papooses. You just basically, you swaddle your baby and they feel better. I feel better when I swaddle with a blanket on the couch watching football, and I don't fall asleep. Not too bad. I paid $4 a piece. I'll put pictures of comps up here. I did get three of these. This is something you would not lot up. It's people just usually need one, and if they want more than one, they can buy more. But I'll sell these individually. They should do really good. Ship super easy. Put it in a padded mailer. Gone. Last item is my only vintage item, the Sears Kenmore attachment for a sewing machine called a button holer. You have to be careful there. $2. Not a lot of money. I looked up comps. They're all over the place. But I checked it out. It's not broken. It seems to work. I also have a sewing machine off camera with a bunch of accessories. I got to get that listed. I don't know if I should sell the accessories separate or with the sewing machine. Who knows? But For $2, I couldn't turn it down. So that's the video, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for staying to the end. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I've got like 198 new subscribers. I'm blown away. Thanks for being here. Thank you, YouTube, for pushing my videos out like that. Joey, I think he'll get over it, and he'll be back for the next video. So until next time, see ya.